Let's talk a little bit about ratios. If you'll remember from class, ratios are a comparison of two numbers. We have a couple different ways to represent. When we go to write a ratio, the first thing we need to know is how to write it in words. So, if we are to write a ratio in words, we will say that the ratio might be 6 to 2. So what this basically means is I have 6 of something to 2 of another type of an item, or group of people, or some way that we characterize a certain piece of information. The second way we write it is by using a symbol. So if we are to write it with a symbol, or symbolically, we will write the same ratio, which we read 6 to 2, as 6 colon 2. Once again, this also means it's a 6 to 2 ratio, but we write it using a colon instead of writing out the word 2. The third way we have of representing this, ratios, are as a fraction. And this is probably one of the most common ways we see it because it becomes easier to simplify, to reduce, to work with this as a fraction. So we write it as 6 over 2. Once again, it's a 6 to 2 ratio. Other ways of representing ratios is to use lengths when we start talking about using a tape diagram. The same ratio 6 to 2. For example, we might have 6 dogs, where then we would draw out 6 blocks. Two possibly are 2 cats. So we only put 2 blocks here. Okay. The final way of representing a ratio is using a double number line. For this, we kind of take the same idea and say, okay, we're going to make one number line to represent the number of dogs, and we do one number line to represent the number of cats. Where there's 0 cats, there will also be 0 dogs. So our number line always starts at 0. But then for every 6 dogs, so we can do 6, we can do 12, we can do 18, we can do 24, so on and so forth. We can represent the number of cats as being 2. Then for every 12 dogs, there's 4 cats. For every 18 dogs, there are 6 cats. For every 24 dogs, there is 8 cats. So once again, these would correspond then to the ratio. We can look at the ratio 6 to 2. We could say that would be the same ratio as 12 to 4. Would be the same ratio as 18 to 6. Be the same ratio as 24 to 8. The reason we can say this is 6 divided by 2 is 3. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So 12, if I look at these then, the idea of equivalent fractions, 12 divided by 4 gives me 3. 4 divided by 4 gives me 1. If I go to the next one, 18 over 6, 18 divided by 6 is 3. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. So this 3 to 1 ratio is what the 6 to 2 ratio here, and in each part of this whole entire lesson will reduce also down to 6 to 2. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I will try and continue doing these videos. So just once again, I hope this is helpful.